My name is Christian Cadieux, and I am a death cleaner.
Okay, it's 52 Division, right? It was Detective Viti from 52 Division, right?
We're proceeding into an apartment unit where there's been an apparent 2-week human decomposition.
I'm going to contact that Detective Viti just to get an occurrence number for this particular case.
The deceased started hemorrhaging in the washroom and then made their way to the sofa in the living room.
I can give you a quotation on pricing on what would it cost for us to properly decontaminate the premises there.
As you can see, the seams of the door have been duct taped in order to prevent the odor from coming out of this particular apartment unit.
The reason why I need to speak to Detective Viti is to establish if in fact the cause of death was natural and there was no foul play or suspicious play.
What you're about to see is extremely graphic and extremely serious. So we will proceed now.
I'll tell you a story. In 1979, I was 5 years old. I was up in the mountains at my mother's village in Greece, in Mountain Olympus. And what had happened was a group of young boys, ranging from 8 years old to maybe 12, maybe 5 boys, they wanted to take me up to the top of Mountain Olympus, or up the roads and in the valleys and in the forests of Mountain Olympus. And we started to climb up, we started to walk up the dirt road going up to Mountain Olympus. And my mother came running. She had heard that, oh, stop short, stop short, stop short! Oh, fuck me. Shit. At any rate, a group of these boys decided to take me up this dirt road to show me Mountain Olympus and whatnot. So as we started to proceed and go up the dirt path, the dirt road, up into the mountain, my mother came running and started screaming, "No, no, no, you can't go, blah, 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 we gotta go to church, we gotta go to church." So she picked me up and I was kicking and screaming and yelling, throwing a temper tantrum, because I really wanted to go with these guys and see the mountain. Well, not a day goes by that I don't thank God and I thank my mother for saving me and doing what she did, because in fact, all the boys that went up without me were all mauled to death by wolves. And I guess this is my way of paying my debt back. This is my way of paying my debt back to God, paying my debt back to the Grim Reaper. And he spared my life, and I figure I dedicate the rest of my the rest of my life to cleaning up his mess.
What I'm peeling off right now is human skin. That is nasty.
You boys and girls remember Mr. Helder?
Without the full face mask? I don't think so. Yeah, I just broke my trowel, man. Yeah. And that's not even dollar store merchandise. That cost me $12.
Oh, sweet, that lens actually does it. Beautiful. How's it look?
There's lots of tools.
It's okay, Cupcake. I'll buy you a new one.
Did you just call me Cupcake? That's her nickname. I am Hell. Don't forget it.
The deceased had not taken out the garbage for approximately, I'm estimating, a year to 2 years.
There was everything from pizza boxes to Chinese food to Kentucky Fried Chicken boxes just accumulated. This whole area all the way back to the door. Now, more than likely what had happened was the deceased had barricaded themselves in this particular room as a result of the motor in the boiler not working. So the motor in the boiler was not working, which then means there was no heat in the house. The only source of heat was coming from this electrical stove. This particular stove was on for approximately 6 months. How the house didn't burn down, I have no idea. Now, this whole area, this is where the body was found. The person had been deceased for approximately 6 months. That means that they froze to death, and over the course of 6 months, the body started to liquefy. The fluids were released. This whole floor that you can see, it's white now. Did you get all the maggots before you're moving that around? Take it easy. Be careful. Okay guys, don't forget there's neighbors that live in this apartment building.
Don't worry.
All right. This is Richard from City TV, and you're watching Late Great Movies.
You do better than Mark Daly, yeah?
Now, if we're at a crime scene or a trauma scene, and we're decontaminating the premises, and let's say, for example, there's blood splatter on the drywall, that drywall has to come out. If we have to remove that drywall, and it has come to our attention that the drywall predates 1988, then whichever one of my technicians that is removing that drywall has to be trained in asbestos.
We're about to go on the John Derringer show, crime and trauma scene cleaners. Another one bites the dust. There's not much left more that we can tackle.
Is there anything that the rest of us have smelled that could even remotely compare to it?
There is, and I'm here to tell everyone in Toronto that there is nothing that is worse than the smell of a decomposing body. No skunk, no baby's diaper, no Dutch oven, no nothing.
Wait a second. I gotta do that one. My wife is going to come in here.
Maybe if you put all those together.
Yeah, what's the machine you brought with you? She's got one of those.
Oh, this is just to show you a little bit of our equipment here. This is a Thermal Gen Junior. This is a petroleum-based deodorizing machine. It's
Looks like it's from Ghostbusters.
yeah, it certainly does. It's extremely effective. We use it for deodorizing everything from ethnic cooking, if it's I told you no more men doesn't win the house! I tell you, Christian! Get over here!
Oh, not when I had a mouthful of coffee with I got a buddy in Malton who could use your services. Okay, so it does work on ethnic cooking.
It works on ethnic cooking when it's permeated the physical structure of an apartment. Okay, we're at a scene right now. This particular situation is once again a a human decomposition as well as a combination of gross filth and a small clandestine drug laboratory such as a grow operation. I can give you guys a tour. Well, this is a perfect example of you never know what goes on behind closed doors. The most respectable people in today's society have some of the weirdest fetishes, from gag balls to masks to dildos to whips and chains to XXX movies. Follow me. As you can see, the washroom here, we're in the process of properly decontaminating it. It still requires a lot more additional work, but it's a lot better than it was. The hallway closet here. Oh, look what we have here. Anal action. Neighbors. Cindy's after juice pics. And, ooh, look, live pets. Grrr. This whole place was covered in porn, dildo, gag balls, torture chambers, whips and chains. I can't release the information of the deceased, of course, for privacy issues. However, I can only tell you he was a fine, upstanding individual from society, and you at least suspect it. We have a grow up here, a small minor operation. You can see the plants. You can see the dehumidifier, the air conditioner, how it was all set up here. This is the basement. The basement was completely covered in cat poo. It was pounds and pounds of cat feces all over the basement. All of these bags are pornography. Control. Who put the cunt in control? How about this? Bitches in heat. This guy likes his porn. And accumulation of dildos and gag balls and really, really weird shit. So this is us. This is what we're doing here. We're completely disinfecting, deodorizing, cleaning up this particular establishment and bringing it to a state that it would be readily available for resale. We have to disinfect the entire home, clean it up, and do what we do best. And this is what it's all about. And this is what we're doing. The time is approximately 1:05 a.m. We're at an accident scene right now, and we're in the basement of a house. And what's happened, essentially, the information that we've come into was that there was an individual who was working in an unfinished basement here in a home, and apparently a sharp object. The gentleman had fallen. He was using a blowtorch. He was working down here with some type of butane blowtorch, doing some piping work, some plumbing work, I guess. What happened was the individual had fallen on a sharp object. The object had pierced one of his arteries, and he bled to death. It's less than 10 hours old. The scene is still fresh. While he fell, after he fell on the sharp object, the torch was still on, and it fell on his foot, now obviously deceased. So this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a fresh scene. It's an accident. And everything is still fresh. So I will take you for an overview of the scene. So if you want to follow me. This is the blood spillage here. You can see right here, alright? This is where the individual had fallen. Some of the furnishings have been moved. The individual fell here. You can see some of his intestines, which were pierced and must have been pierced. I don't know if it's intestines or I don't know if it's some type of some part of the anatomy. But we also have human part here. We have body fluids. You can see an outline of his body where he was lying. The item that pierced his artery is right here. This pierced his artery. This essentially what killed him. We're
treating the area right now for odor. The odor, it's bad, but it's certainly it's not the worst we've ever dealt with. The good thing about this is it's fresh, it can be contained, and we're going to go ahead and get to work. So let's go. We're going to start to suit up. In CSI, when you see them spraying the liquid on the walls to see where the blood comes up under UV light, this is what they use, blood indicator. Whatever that is, it's not blood, but it's body fluids.
Anything that is dangerous, anything that is highly volatile, we're there, from a crystal meth laboratory to perform the decontamination procedures, to a grow log that has been discovered by the police, to crime scenes, to trauma scenes, human decomposition, pepper spray. If it's dangerous, we take it on. We don't care how how dangerous it is. We're there, right in the line of fire.